Hello and welcome to another Raggy's beer review over in the tap room, and just been out for the night. So Mrs. Raggy's birthday today, Monday, and this will be showed tomorrow, Tuesday. It won't be showed tonight, it's a bit late. So tonight I'm drinking from St Peters Brewery, based in, let me get this right, Suffolk, in Bungay in Suffolk. That's how you pronounce it. So, drinking their best bitter, St Peters Best Bitter. Now, today is Monday. Friday, I'm going over to St Peters Brewery. Oh yes, Mr. Raggy is on tour. Raggy's beer review is on tour. So yeah, going over. What was it? Miller and Carter tonight for the wife's birthday. So we went out with family last night, but you know, we've had a tough year, like a lot of people. You know, we've had tough years, lots of multitude of factors, and I thought it'd be nice just for me and the wife to go out, have a meal, have a nice meal without the kids, and just enjoy a nice bit of food. And we went to a pub afterwards, one of the local breweries, Castle Rock Brewery, hence the hat. And you know, to enjoy that as well. And then obviously Friday, we're on holiday. So I'm travelling down. I'm going to Low Cost Beer over in St Neots in Cambridge first. It is a trek to get down there from Nottingham. I hate driving as well, so it's it's always going to be a trek for me. And then over to Bungay in Suffolk, near Norwich, that part of the world anyway. So it's a amber looking pour with a couple of centimetres of white head. Good carbonation on this. It does say on the front, it says malty and nutty aromas were a bitter but sweet finish, 3.7%. So probably a good thing it's not a big ABV. It is a weeknight nonetheless. Not that it's ever bothered me before, but there you go. Certainly a malty nose on this. Oh, raining. Just got in time. And I went to the pub tonight and it was absolutely rammed on a Monday night. The Castle Rock pub was rammed. I'm going to send the boss of Castle Rock a message to say, wow. Yes, nice nuttiness on the taste. Hint of sweetness there. So yeah, I'm super looking forward to going to St Peters Brewery. Since I started doing beer reviews, you know, like all of us around the beer community, we all have them breweries that we're particularly fond of, you know, for whatever reason. Breweries that we've grown upon their beers, or just got an appreciation of them particular beers from a certain brewery. We all have. I know lots of people who have got like a favourite brewery, and St Peters are one of my favourite, what I would call a national brewery, i.e., not certainly not Nottingham brewery, not local, but a more national brewery, delivering bottled beer. I've never had a cask beer, so from St Peters, so I'm looking in from Friday to Monday to get myself some cask St Peters, if it exists. I don't know. Obviously, different part of the country to me, so we don't see their cask up in Nottingham, which is sad really, because they do well in Nottingham. Lots of good cask pubs in Nottingham. I know they used to have a place in London. like a micro pub that they got rid of in the end, I would suppose, because of rents being silly. Um, but yeah, so cracking night out. The beer's tasting good. Um, and yeah, like I say, had a great meal at the Miller and Carter. My wife's fillet, she had fillet. I had ribeye. I like ribeye. She had fillet. It was a bit pink at the end. And she just said to the bloke, I couldn't eat that because it was a bit too pink. So she wasn't complaining. And then the table behind us. So we asked for a quiet area. So you got these people who moved. Oh, we don't want to sit in that booth. So they came and sat one side. It's like, oh, for God's sakes, wanted the quiet area. And then these other idiots behind us. And my wife, I didn't even notice this. So my wife's paying a lot more attention than I am, which is unusual, really, because I'm proper nosy when it comes to watching people. And then these other ones, they moved next to behind us. And oh, okay. And literally, someone's like a foot away from my back. And, you know, it is what it is. It's a restaurant. They're there to make money. Luckily, it wasn't, you know, too heavy. Uh, and they ordered the butcher's block, which is, you know, like a £60 sharer. So one of the most expensive things on the menu. And they're on about, oh, can we have the fillet? Do you do the two parts of fillet? Can we have one rare and one? No, they've got to be the same. Oh, okay. Anyway, the bloke comes over and asks him, you know, is the meal all right? Well, if I'm being honest, it was a little bit overdone. That meat was there, and and then straight away you heard him say something like, "Well," and the bloke says, "Well, we can, you know, sort that out. We can cut you a new piece." Well, what about taking some money off the bill? And I thought, you tosser, you know, you're doing it. You know, the obvious reason behind what he's doing is to get money. Well. And then all of a sudden he's like, well, we'll soldier on. And I'm there and I'm like, oh, so it's about the money. You've come to a place like this and you're complaining for the sake of complaining and just get cash off. It just riles me. And I'm sitting there and I'm holding my tongue. Especially as the idiots at the back of me. And, you know, I'm like, whoa. It's like being in the pub the other week and you've got somebody who's a camera member and he's going on about a bit expensive in here. Yeah, don't get your 50p off. And I'm thinking, oh my God, is that all you want? Yeah. I'll pay what I pay for the beer. I don't care about having money off the beer. Um, it just made me chuckle. So anyway, back to the beer review. Always a raggy beer review. Never just a straight beer review. A little bit of this and a little bit of that. And yeah, try to keep away from the mainstream politics. And I think that's the best way for me. You know, what happens in the rest of the beer scene, as it were, is not really my consideration. Do my own thing. So yeah, finally this week I get to do two things. I get to go to low cost. I always wanted to go down. It's a trek. And then go to St Peters, and that's a trek, a bit of a trek as well, because I can get to Great Yarmouth in literally 3 hours, I think it is, because we're staying in somewhere called Caister on Sea. Never been there, ain't got a clue, but I know where Great Yarmouth is. We've been there before. 3.5, 4 hours. It's going to take us nearly 2 hours just to get down to blooming St Neots, and then another hour and a half to get to St Peters. And then from there, probably about an hour to get to the place. So it's a little bit of a longer journey, but hey ho, it's a day out, isn't it? And if it's raining, I'm not working. Raining. Or isn't it just? Ooh. Don't think my towels that are outside are going to be dry anymore. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to going into the brewery. I'm hoping to get a couple of kegs of beer for July. Hopefully the last of July. I'm already putting the feelers out now with breweries locally to see, you know, if I buy a keg, will it last unopened? I mean, I know that a keg, once it's opened, you've got 2 days. Fair play. But I also need to find out about beer in bags, whether they're the same, whether they last, and get some prices and stuff. So obviously, you know, 8.8 pints. I've seen it for 20 quid, and that's a good price, really, when you think about it. Mini kegs. When you get beer for a decent price for 20, 25 quid, when you think that it's usually 4 quid a pint, you know, it's not a bad price at all. Um, yeah, I'm good with that. Stop raining a little bit now. So, oh, looking forward to Friday. Really am. It's been a long time since Christmas. And you know, you get to the stage where you need a bit of time off. 4 days isn't a long period of time. And I may finish early on Thursday and just think, bogger it. Take my loo time, and because I can't take loo time over April anyway. So if I leave a bit earlier on Thursday and wrap up a bit earlier and have a nice long weekend and just enjoy, and yeah, and oh, and the kids are off, aren't they, because of strike? Yeah, yeah, makes me laugh. I agree with strikes because at the moment the government are fleecing everyone. The government paid MPs a hell of a lot of money, and then everybody else has to live on low wages. And I agree, but what I don't agree is when if you want to take your kid out of school, that they fine you, and it's like, oh, so what about the inconvenience when it's a strike day? Do we fine you? There's the thing. Goose and gander come to mind. So really enjoyable best bitter, lovely sweetness, bitterness, there's nuttiness in there, and I'm not scoring anymore. You may well have noticed, you will notice going forward, there are no scores on this channel out of 5. Why? Um, because it's difficult. It's super difficult to be 100%. So, is the beer a good beer? Yes, it is a good beer. Will I be drinking it again? Um, Being honest, it's not a beer I'd probably tackle again. Not many beers are, if I'm being honest. If I can get it on cash, though, hell yes. You know. Uh, so there's that side of the equation. But yeah, thoroughly respectable beer. Would I recommend it to you? Yes. Yeah, definitely worth trying. If you go to St Peters Brewery, they do an amazing mixed case. Their Discovery, I think it's called Discovery. Um, Mixed case of beers. I do hope they've got the mild in when I go to the brewery on Friday, hopefully. Um, it's stunning. But in any case, amazing brewery, an amazing beer. Cheers all.